All right, man. We here with Jay Riz.
What's good?
Question number one. They want to know why they call you Jay Riz, bro. What's that name and where the Riz at?
So it actually happened when I was in like a freshman in college. It was
Okay.
before the Riz thing got popular. It was really for Joey Jr., Jay Riz. That's where it came from, but then we shut it down to just Riz, and we still rocking with the nickname.
Okay. So it got nothing to do with the Riz.
Nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's
Okay.
my own little thing.
Okay. All right, so let's go this time of year, man. What's your energy like? Usually, you get your first couple reps live.
Yeah.
And what's the energy like right now with a whole new corner room and y'all deep?
Yeah.
So talk about, the energy between you and the guys and what y'all looking like before the season.
Man, we meshing real well. We all just want better for ourselves. So we try to get out there every day. We talking smack. We flying around. I got D Slay and I got J Ram and also the other guys with me, Be Easy and everybody. So we just trying to make plays out there.
Yeah. Who's the biggest trash talker so far out in camp, offense and defense?
I'm gonna say me, but the other guys J Ram talk a lot. We got 81. He was popping it today.
He was.
We got a lot of guys that really just wanna show that they really like that. So everybody gonna pop it.
Okay. So AFC North, man. Let's talk about the division we in.
Yeah.
You've been around the block already, but now with a whole new improved defense, we're gonna have a lot of different matchups, a lot of different people starting at you.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the wide receiver matchups we got in the AFC North and what it's like competing in one of the hardest divisions of football.
Definitely. They all better to be worried. Shoot, every single team in our division, we coming for y'all. They know it, and they gonna come for us. So we ain't gonna let them get that chance. So we gonna step on anybody at that point.
Okay. Talk about the Selly, man. Where did the Selly come from and break down what is it? What is it to the fans?
I got to give credit to my boy D Skills, my boy Daquan Hardy. We got that up at Penn State. He really the first one that started it, and then me and him got the whole corner room and secondary. It's really no fly zone, just strapping stuff. So I got it from him, and we just kept doing it.
All right. We here with the newest member of the Steelers, man, Jonnu Smith. How you been feeling so far this time of year, man, at camp? You here first time at St. Vincent. How's it been like getting right with the guys?
I'm feeling great, man. It's a great opportunity for us to continue to lay our foundation, get better, compete every day. It's training camp, man, so it's a brotherhood that carries along with that competition, and that's what breeds champions.
Yes, sir. Now, whole new offense, man. Whole new division. Let's talk about the division. Coming in the AFC North. What have you heard around the league about AFC North? And now that you're here, what's your expectations about, the energy of the matchups going into the season?
It's rivalries all over the place. It's going to be a fun place to play, man. In this division right here. Obviously watching from afar, being in the league, 9 years now, and even before, just seeing the rivalry between Steelers and Cincy and Baltimore, and them just, Cleveland throwing Cleveland in the mix, man. And, I said Indy or Cincy? I meant to say Cincy.
Cincy.
I said Cincy. Okay, making sure I said Cincy. But yeah, man, it's a great division to play in. It's gonna make us, bring that extra juice on Sundays, and we know what we in for.
So far out here in training camp, I hear y'all barking back and forth, offense and defense. Who you think got the biggest mouth on? Who the biggest trash talker on both sides of the ball, offense and defense?
I mean, historically, it always been defense, man. You know what I mean? Them little guys back there, them DBs, they got a lot of bark to them. You know what I'm saying? But on this squad, we got some guys that carry that bite. You know what I mean? That's what you want. And it's just that competition, man. You know what I mean? That combative, friendly. You can't beat me. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know what I mean? But that's gonna make us better. We need that.
For sure. Talk about the looks you've seen so far in the offense. You lining up out wide, tight end. What they've been showing you so far on the offense?
Just getting a lot of different looks, man, and being in a lot of different places. You know what I mean? Being able to make plays and capitalize. When you got the opportunity. Everybody's got a different role in this offense, and we just honing into our individual role.
For sure. Last question, man. You go to the barber shop. What you tell them to give you when you sit down in the chair?
Right now I'm woofing, so I definitely need something right here up the top. I always got a freshman. I don't. You know what I mean?
You got a barber to travel with you, or what?
We in training camp. I don't, man. But my boy Slice back in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
He hold me down, man. Back in
Slice.
Florida. Start out Slice in Fort Lauderdale. You know what I mean? Sliced up cuts. Get with it.
Okay.
But
what you tell them? It's time for
1.5 at the top. Fade the sides, fade the back. You know what I mean?
You get the Beijing? Or you don't do no fabric, no nothing?
No, won't do that. Won't do the Beijing.
Right.
Nothing against those
You ain't
who
that
do
old,
it.
yeah. You ain't
I
got
ain't
no
that old. I'm
grades, I see.
29, man.
Yeah.
I got a couple
We got
grades up
time.
there, man.
Yeah, we got time. Hey, you got any cellies you got this year? You got a celly bag?
I got to dig in my bag, man. I got to dig in my bag. I'm a classical guy, man, of faith, man. So when I get in there, I'm thankful that, I got the opportunity to even be playing this game that I love, you know, growing up since I was 4 years old, man.
Right,
so
appreciate it. Hey, last question. Favorite song? It's a song you listen to every day.
Oh, favorite song? That's tough right now, man.
Song you listen to every day.
I'll say this, man. I got a different couple, so I'm gonna give you like an each genre, right? So I like gospel. So I say my number one song right now in gospel, Kirk Franklin, "My Life Is in Your Hands." Okay. That's an old school joint. Yeah. But the favorite song, I'm going back between this Rod Wave. I'm kind of like in this Rod Wave right now. You know what I'm saying? So I like Rod Wave, man. You know what I mean? So probably rock with "Scared Love." That's probably I'm rocking with that right now. That's probably my favorite song right now with them two.
Okay, appreciate you, bro. My boy finishing up a popsicle here. What's that? What we got right there?
A little electrolyte popsicle freezer pop here.
Okay. You got a sponsor yet?
Oh, no, absolutely
not. Talk to the guy.
That'd be good.
All right, so we here with newest draft pick, man, Will Howard. Number 1, man, welcome to the city, It's your first time in Latrobe, or you been here as a kid? I know you grew up in PA.
I actually never been here to Latrobe. I grew up on the other side of PA, so it's my first time here, but it's great, man. I love it here. It's it's a football town. You can feel it right now, especially. It's buzzing. All
nothing
Steelers.
out here but farm and football. So
No doubt.
talk about PA. Let's go back a little bit. You're from PA. We deal with all the Whippeal. You know the Whippeal, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we deal with all the Whippeal high school football. Talk a little bit about the high school football scene in PA and how that got you together heading into college.
Yeah, man. I think PA is one of the most slept on states in high school football. To be honest with you, I think obviously you got Texas, Florida, California, and Georgia, and those schools, but I think PA is right up there behind those elite schools. I'm telling you, like. Some of these schools in Philly, St. Joe's Prep produces every single year. I don't know why they're still in the PIAA, to be honest with you. They recruit kids, but that's beyond the point. You got Central Catholic, you got all these different, there you go. You got all these different schools, man. I remember my senior year, we made it to the state semis. We were 6A, Downingtown West. Shout out to the Whippets, man. They just made it to the same round this past year. Hopefully in the next couple of years here, we can get a state chip ourselves. That'd be good.
What were you coming out of high school? Were you ranked? How many stars did you have?
I was a 3-star. Wasn't super highly ranked. Felt like I was a little bit overlooked, but that's part of my story.
So in PA, once again, we're pretty much overlooked for football, no matter how much talent comes out of the area. What advice would you give to the younger guys who may be 2 stars, 3 stars, unranked, for the college search?
I think the biggest thing is that, if you're good enough, they'll find you. And, wherever you go, you got that's when the difference happens. I went to Kansas State. I never thought in a million years I'd go out to Kansas to play college football, but all I needed was an opportunity, man. And, if you believe in yourself, it really doesn't, the stars don't matter. They go out the window once you step on campus. And that's what a lot of people don't really understand, especially in this new age of NIL and, paying these kids. I think now when you get to the next level, people forget, the stars don't mean anything. You can be a walk-on, you can be a 5-star. You're all starting from the same place. And same here, the rookies. We're all rookies. The first rounder's getting a little more money, but we're all on the same level. And those stars and everything, they're great in high school and they're great to get noticed. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And what you do on the field and what you do when you get there, that's what really matters.
All right, so let's skip forward. Let's go a little bit up to Ohio State. Let's go back to this last year. You got a favorite memory from this year and then leading up to the draft? Let's talk about from championship to restarting as a rookie. You were at the top, and now you're kind of starting at the bottom all over again. So if you want to talk about your favorite memory of last year, and then
I think the easy answer would be the national championship. But one of my favorite moments, honestly, just being a PA kid, was coming into Happy Valley and beating Penn State. Being a PA kid, being overlooked by them, I really didn't get recruited by them. That was a good feeling, man. And I would always dreamed about playing in Happy Valley. Obviously, was playing for the different team, but it was a dream come true, and that was a special day.
All right, so we're talking about rough environments. Now we're in AFC North. Tell me a little bit about what you heard to expect about the AFC North, and then what it feels like being a part of it, and the mindset you're gonna have to carry, being a part of the grittiest division of football.
Yeah, it's like you said, man. It's the grittiest division of football. I mean, you don't got no indoors. You know, everybody's outdoors, especially late in the season. It's going to be cold. Might be some snow. It's hard hitting, hard nose. You know, a lot of running the football. But I love that, man. I think, you know, that's a lot kind of similar to what the Big Ten is, to be honest with you. And I'm just excited to be a part of it, man. I grew up a fan of the Eagles, actually, so I didn't watch much of the AFC North, but I'm excited now to be a part of it and to do this thing.
Yeah. People say you look like a nice guy, like you're kind of easygoing. There's this thing too. I don't know. You ever seen Where the Millers, the movie?
Yeah.
People say you look like I forgot his name off the movie.
Yeah,
but
Jason Sudeikis. His character.
Yeah, you get that a lot. Is that your celeb lookalike?
I wouldn't say that. I don't really get that a lot, but I'll take it. Yeah.
All right. So, being a nice guy, look, and then you know when you step on the field, you're another person. What type of chip you carry on your shoulder? You know when you hit the field and you got something to prove.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a guy with a chip on my shoulder. You know, I think being overlooked is kind of part of my story, and you know, I feel like, you know, when I went to K-State, I was a 3-star. I felt like I got overlooked in recruiting, and you know, I used that as motivation. And then when I went to Ohio State, a lot of people were doubting me, and again, used that as motivation. Now I'm a 6th-round pick. I felt like I, you know, should have gone earlier, but you know, at the end of the day, it's not what happens, or it's not where you get picked. It's not when you get picked, it's where, you know, and what you do when you get there. So that's what I like to play with that chip on my shoulder. Remember, you know, why I'm playing the game. Remember that, you know, I'm a, you know, 7-year-old me would be in awe of where I'm at right now. So I try to remember that and play with that chip and have fun.
All right, last 2 questions. Favorite song you listen to every day, and if you had a mix, if you wanted to make a mix of yourself, what song would you throw on the mix?
Man, that's a good question. Depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Okay.
If I'm feeling like country, I've been rocking with Ty Myers a lot recently. Thought It Was Love. Shout out Ty Myers. Yeah. But my go-to guy forever has always been Drake. I've always been a Drake guy.
What song's your go-to?
I mean, like you can't go wrong with anything really. But let's go with last album, Greedy. That's an overlooked. That's the last song on his last album.
Good pick. Yeah. All right, and then best piece of advice you got so far since you've been a pro? Man,
I think the best piece of advice I've received just overall is keeping God first and remembering why you do what you do. You know, I think a lot of guys get caught up in the business of what we do, and you know, it is tough. It's a business. There's no doubt about that. But you know, you got to remember, like I said, that this has been a dream of mine since I was a little kid, man. And I try to keep that in the back of my head and not make it bigger than what it is, and just take it day by day and enjoy it, because it's a fun process, and it's been a dream of mine my whole life, and now it's reality. I just want to carry that through.